What up, what up? Oh, shoot. Let's run it. What's good, everybody? How's it going? Welcome. Another episode, another live stream, another day. How you guys feeling? My name is DubDigital. For those of you who don't know me already, I YouTube, I invest in crypto, I like crypto, I talk about crypto. This is a forum for us to talk about crypto together. I do this twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays at noon, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, today we're going to be talking a little bit about the last flash crash that happened yesterday. I'm getting immune to this stuff, man. Like, it's happened so many times. Like, if you go through so many Bitcoin crashes, like, it kind of doesn't matter anymore. At least for me. I don't know how you guys feel. How you guys feel about it? But let me say what's up to the people. 6 people, what's up? For those who don't know the format, if I have any new people in here, this is very collaborative. We have an overarching topic, but I like to interface with you guys, talk to you guys, especially while there isn't that many people in crypto and we could talk. If you're on X, follow me on YouTube. Please. I'll drop my channel over here soon. And if you're on YouTube, follow me on X. A little cross promotion never hurt anybody. How you guys feeling? What it do, Sluba? What's good, Irrelevant? How you been? Good to see you. Did buy the dip? ? Hey, if you can, maybe you think about doing it. If you can't, whatever. There's 2 ways, right? If you don't have enough capital, preservation is key. If you do have more capital, maybe you want to deploy it. It's all about your risk tolerance. It's all about how much you're willing to risk. If you're max at risk, no need getting into more risk. If you're not exposed enough, we're all in different spots. 9 people, it's good. Good day. Hello. Good to see you guys. Better background, thank you. So I was a little late. The lighting's a little trickier now, man. Trying out my production value. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's okay. I got lights now. I got a background. Things are looking up. Good morning, fam. Dad Master, how's it going? Good to see you. Missed you on the last stream, bro. Did you check out Tectum? No, not yet, man. I've been busy. Busy. I'll check it out, though. Red Belly, Tectum. I got a few. DeFi Money Printer, DubDigital W on X. Hey, how's it going, DeFi Money Printer? Long time no see. What chat overlay you use? It's dope. No, this is actually a room. This is the room I'm at. So, like, yeah. I used to do overlays, but not anymore. I feel like they have like it's cool, if you don't have anything else, but I think you can never like outdo a room, right? It just feels different. It's a vibe. 8 people, what's good? It's up over 30% today. That's tight, bro. That's tight. The chat overlay on stream like pop up the charts. Oh. You mean the like what? Live stream software I use? Well, StreamYard, you want to sponsor me, that's tight too, but I use StreamYard. I think what's his name? Blind Dave uses it too. He has a channel as well. Sometimes I pop over there. Can't go today though. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining me today. Sorry, I have some stuff on my screen. We're gonna talk a little bit about the flash crash, right? So the flash crash that occurred in Bitcoin, it went down, a good percentage. Noticeable, significant. If you're new in the space, probably feels like a lot. It's not that much, especially when you're used to Bitcoin going down like 80%. So that's like where I'm coming from, But think about it, guys. I always talk about it. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So you can't, before things go up, you have to store up potential energy. right? Pulling the rubber band back. I use that analogy all the time before you can catapult up like elastic, right? So basically, we pulled back. It was okay. It's fine. We needed to give some back anyway. We were going up for a long time, uninterrupted, and it's always healthy to give some back, right? You got to be scared when it goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up, doesn't come back, goes up, because you know the comeback is going to be equally extreme. So it's not a horrible thing that Bitcoin's stair-stepping up, finding support, establishing support, building a base, until like eventually when it goes into that euphoric pump that we all know and love. Those are the best. But hey, I think I could pull it up a little bit. I haven't pulled up any charts so far. We could look it for a little bit. Give me a second. Not the background. Oh, okay. My bad. But for the most part, guys, it ain't no thing, man. At least for me, Bitcoin's still Bitcoin. I think it's even rebounded a lot. I don't want to pull up TradingView, but I could pull up like CoinMarketCap real quick. Why not? Just give me a second. I got a lot of tabs. You guys do that? Have like too many tabs? I do that all the time. Let's check it out. Share screen. Entire screen. Hold up. Let me kill tabs. Damn. My wife says, like, that's a problem. Yeah, and I tend to agree now. I have two of them up and that. Okay. Let's check it out. So, basically, this is Bitcoin's price chart, right? This is overall. I want to do this and show you guys this overall, right? Because don't forget where we're at and where we've come from. To be honest, I got a Bitcoin right here. Around here. Somewhere around here. Now it's way up here. So for me, price collapses feel much different than someone who probably got up over here. Everything's relative, y'all. But let's zoom in, right? So I guess it dropped from 44K. No, 40. What the hell? 45K to 42K. Now we've rebounded up to 44K. I see some declining volume right here. It's going up. That might be some divergence. I don't know. If it goes down a little bit more, so what? You know, to be quite frank, guys, like, look at where we're at. We're building that base. It might come back down. We'll have to see if it retests down here. But for the most part, guys, it got bought up very aggressively. Look how it slopes upwards. That's wild. What, at the worst part, we come down to 35, maybe come back down to 33 at the very most, but that's not what I'm looking at here. There's too much like bullishness here. And the reason I said that is I peeped over to the Fear and Greed Index before this, and people are still greedy. They still want to buy up that Bitcoin goodness, man. You know what I mean? That's enough of that for now. You got to look at it. The sentiment is much different now than when it was in 2022. Right now, people are seeing pullbacks as an opportunity to buy instead of an opportunity to sell. Y'all know if you went to the bear market in 2022, everyone was freaking out. Bitcoin at 17K, it stayed there for a long time too. And everyone was saying it's going to $3, it's going to negative bucks. Isn't that what they always say about Bitcoin though? But like I tell you, price charts are just a representation of what people feel in aggregate about an asset. So you can look at the price chart, but it's a lagging indicator about how people feel. So why don't you just go into how people feel? You know, if you don't have Twitter, you should be on Twitter. That's like crypto meta right there of how people feel. Fear and Greed Index. There's things you could check to see what the market's saying about Bitcoin. And I'm not hearing the same amount of pessimism that I heard in 2022. That's because the worst part is over, y'all. But we're in a different part of the Wall Street cheat sheet, like I talk about all the time. The psychology of a market cycle. Back there in 2022, we were in capitulation. People were freaking. They were dropping the bags like it hot for nothing. Freaking out, not knowing how Bitcoin moves because maybe they're new. Maybe they're not. But like most people get fooled by Bitcoin's price moves most of the time because Bitcoin moves exponentially. Bitcoin moves boldly. It's larger than life. You know what I mean? So the only way you can get immune to it is to go through it. But if you drop your bags every time you go through it, you never get immune to it. That's the catch-22. So this is what I'm saying, guys. Back in the day, 2022, everyone wanted to sell. Now, everyone's talking about what coins did you buy. You see how that works? It's a switch in perception. It's a switch in sentiment. And then it gets to a point where everyone's agreeing with, oh, it's going to 1 million. That's coming too. This is all a part of the market cycle. You just have to be aware enough of your feelings and not get wrapped up in all the emotions to get caught up in it and just to be aware of it. Like, I'm not going to sit here though and act like I'm a guru of sorts. I've definitely got caught up in it more than times than I'd like to admit. But like, you know, you only lose if you don't get smarter and learn from your mistakes. Let's do it differently this time, guys. 10 people, what's up? Some people say BlackRock bought 10 million and also media spread bad news about ETFs, so price would go down. They did a nice move, in my opinion. What was the bad news about the ETF? That they're delaying it? I mean, so what? They've been delaying the Bitcoin ETF since like 2017. We got that cash settled ETF. Everyone thought it was going to be a spot ETF in 2017. Look how long they've delayed it. How long has it been? Like 7 years? Damn. Has it been 7 years? I can't do math. That's insane. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so what? The spot Bitcoin ETF's going to come. Whether it's a month late, a year late, doesn't matter. It doesn't change any of the fundamentals about Bitcoin. And that's why, like, you know, you should know technicals about, like, investing, but also understand the fundamentals. The technicals let you identify opportunities. The fundamentals keep you from making a mistake and dropping things you shouldn't drop. Keep your eye on the prize. We got them right where we want them. We got them. Wall Street wants in. We're here first. Don't let them crowd you out. Don't let them psych you out. 13 people, what's good? Are you still a fan of Tezos? I finally bent the idea and sold the majority of my holdings after 6 years. I still got my Tezos. So yeah, I guess I would say I'm a fan of Tezos. I mean, look, I like the whole idea of a self-amending blockchain. I always liked that. I like that it's cheap. There's some good adoption. There's also been some good adoption in Korea. Scholastically, it's been making headway. I haven't really followed up on Tezos since then because it's like, look, I'm not going all in on Tezos, but I do like it. So I'll be exposed. That's the way I think about things. And since I've had it over a year, you know, the lower capital gains, like you got to worry about taxes too. But yeah, I still got my Tezos. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll be a mistake. Maybe it'll play out great. That's the beauty of it about investing. And investing, you won't always hit home runs. I'm not saying Tezos isn't going to be a home run, but just like overarching, like the whole concept of it. Like you're probably going to, if you have 10 bags, maybe 3 are real winners. Maybe 4 do okay. Maybe 2 lose. The only thing does that add up to 10? No, 9. But you get my idea. I'm not too obsessed about having all my money concentrated in the biggest winner every single time because, to be honest, like that's not very realistic. You know? So size appropriately. But yeah, I still have Tezos. Ma, Dub is back. LH Grows. How's it goes, man? How you been? Good to see you. I'm glad to see a lot of my older viewers coming back. I know the bear's probably been tough on everybody. I had to take a mental health break, man. Like, man, people get so mean in the bear market. I was like, I don't need this. I don't need it. So I took a break. I started gardening and stuff. Grew some peppers and stuff. Spicy. 11 people, it's good. Remember to stay humble when the bull run is in full form. Anyone can make money. Remember to take profits, learning from mistakes. Exactly. You guys paid your dues. If last cycle was your first cycle, you've paid your dues. You know how this market moves now. You know how the get down gets down. You know what to expect. Now, implement. Correct your mistakes. Leave the space better than you came, and you don't have to leave it all the way. But definitely take some profits. I'm always a proponent of that. It's never wrong to take profits. Laughing. Bear markets do suck. Oh yeah. Bear markets almost feel like they're never ending. Isn't that right? Like, it's like, damn, how long's it been? It's only been a week. They just go on, and your bags are going down, and sometimes you have to step away. But like, don't stay away. Come back. Take a break, come back. Because don't get it twisted, guys. Like, yeah, it's cool to get in the, like, luckily get into a coin that goes up and you make $1 million and all this stuff. But the real treasure is in the knowledge. The real treasure is staying close to what's happening in the industry, and you're able to see what's really up in the bear markets, because there aren't 1,000 scams all up in your face. Like, you guys you saw the last bull run. Dude, I couldn't turn around without bumping into a scam. A rug pull. It's insane, right? But if you're like able to like push away that bad feeling that your bags are going down and look past it and understand that this is a burgeoning ecosystem, this is a developing industry that's not going away, you can see who's still building. You can see who's delivering on the roadmap. You know of new projects that are launching in the bear markets. Wow. That's not very scam-like. You know what I mean? So there's a clarity that you can see within the bear markets too. But it's not meant for everyone, right? Not everyone's able to do that. What's the best exchange platform you would suggest? I mean, it depends on like where you're living. It depends on if you want to do KYC or not. It depends on how meme coin forest you want to trade, right? I mean, when I want to do like a lot of like coins, I usually use like KuCoin, right? Like I can get pretty small meme coins, but like it depends, right? If you're doing larger coins, I would say Coinbase, but these are all like centralized exchanges. If you don't trust any of that, obviously the centralized exchange. Then the question is, what chain are you trading on? I mean, I think a lot of the main dexes are like multi-chain now, but you got Uniswap, you got 1inch, you got QuickSwap, you got WantSwap, you got all these things. Every ecosystem has a swap now, you know. So what do you guys like to trade on nowadays? What do you trade on nowadays? What dexes do you use? I'm interested because I know the ones I know, but I'm always looking to learn more. I tend to go more towards dexes just because, you know, I don't want that whole counterparty risk, but obviously when I want to cash out and I want to bring some of that crypto into fiat, you got to go centralized exchange. So let me know what you guys use. I'm interested. I'm here for the tech. Yeah. I used to say that. Look, man, the tech's going to be here. The tech's going to be here. And like, look, I never really understood that phrase, to be quite honest, because yeah, everyone's here for the tech. But you can't eat tech. Everyone needs a little money. Everyone needs a little funding, right? So I get it, but even devs sell some holdings. You know what I mean? 12 people, what's up? Your thoughts on arbitrage? If you can do it, do it. I just think a lot of people don't correctly measure their profitability on arbitrage, right? It's more than just getting a trading bot or renting a trading bot and it arbitraging like a certain coin for you. Like that trading bot is taking fees every single time it's trading. So as long as like, only way is if you make the arbitrage bot or you actually do the math to figure it out, which sometimes could be complicated for depending on who's doing it, you know, but just make sure that it's worth it. Because some of these bots are like taking fees every time they trade. And if they're trading thousands of times, I mean, that's like whittling your capital away. Or at least large amounts of it, right? So just make sure it makes sense. But if it does make sense, yeah, arbitrage is cool. Sometimes these dexes get way out of whack because, you know, the liquidity pools get like messed up. More so than like centralized exchanges because they have market makers and stuff. So if you can find it on a DEX, that's probably where more of the opportunity's at. 12 people, what's up? You can't say you're in crypto unless you make losses. Yeah, I know. And see, this is the interesting part. It's going to be very interesting moving forward with this next cycle coming through with the ETF. Because this ETF essentially busts the door wide open for like the baby boomer generation and people who are heavily weighted into stocks. Why do I say that's interesting? Because they're not used to taking losses, man. The stock market's like been going on the longest bull run in human history. And they basically got in right at the bottom. So for their whole life, the stock market has been going up and up and up, and they freak out if they lose 10%. So what are they gonna do when they get into crypto and Bitcoin tanks 70% on them? They're not used to that. They're not gonna like that. But lucky for you and me, we're immune to that. We're used to number going up and coming down low, you know? Because like the stock market has a different kind of philosophy. It's buy and hold. It's like based on profitability. Some of it's based on dividends. Crypto is like still in price discovery. It's moving like tech pretty much, like new tech. So this thing comes up, bang, pulls back. It just moves harder than like Tesla and stuff. It's like they're not used to this volatility. They'll learn, but like they're playing with their whole life's retirements. Because you know how it gets. This Bitcoin ETF pops off, they get some gains, they'll start throwing it in. This thing only goes up, this thing only goes up. They're not immune to that psychology just because they're a little older. You know what I mean? 13 people, what's up? For Solana, I use Radium. Oh, me too. For Solana. Phantom Wallet also has an in-wallet exchange too, which is pretty cool. I mean, to be honest, I think all these blockchains can learn a little something about UI from Solana. Phantom Wallet is hot. It makes trading NFTs easy. It makes swapping easy. It makes connecting to like Magic Eden easy. It's just easy. So like I get why Solana, whatever you think about it, centralized, not centralized, whatever, it's just easy to use. Many fake exchanges offer incredible rates for arbitrage, many scams. True that. True that. You know, like you got to think about it, guys. Your crypto is non-refundable. It's not like a credit card where you just call your credit card company up and they go, oh, for real, that's a scam? We'll refund you, no problem. Credit card companies allocate money every year for this because credit card scams are so rampant. Crypto doesn't do that. Crypto is decentralized. No one works at Bitcoin, right? So if you give someone your Bitcoin and they promise you some yield, you need to understand the risk that they don't follow through on their promise, right? Because there's no way to retrieve the Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying you're never going to have to do something like that in life, right? Like there are crypto collateralized loans. Look, things happen in life. We all think we're just going to buy the crypto and hold it forever. Number go up. We're going to be bajillion gazillionaires. But then something happens. Someone loses a job. Someone gets sick. Car breaks down. Things happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't. And sometimes you might be put in those situations. But you need to understand, don't just frivolously give your crypto away just for a little bit of yield. Not worth it, man. 16 people. Them. What's the tech? Me. Cat has a hat, fam. What up? Been a minute. I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Trying to re-kick up the channel. I think that make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification, guys, and also give me a like on the video if you can. If you happen to be on YouTube, I don't know if you can do that. Oh yeah, heart it on X. Because I think it's been a while, and the YouTube algorithm's been dropping me off from people's feeds. So I'm starting to see familiar faces come in here over time, which I really appreciate. But it helped me out. I think I got to reawaken it. But yeah, I think crypto's going to be doing some big things in 2024. I have the stock to flow ratio right here. Let me pull it up real quick. Share my screen. Man, I haven't shared my screen in a minute. I forgot how to do it. Check it out. Check it out. This is stock to flow model. It's made famous by Plan B. Check him out on Twitter. He caught a lot of flack last time because if you see right here in 2021, obviously the Bitcoin price didn't meet to where the stock to flow model suggested that it would go. A lot of people have been hating on this model. However, it's not like been exactly wrong. It is just not 100% right? But because you could see here, stock to flow was way overperformed. I don't know if he maintained it back then, but check it out. Stock to flow overperformed. Right here was the first time stock to flow underperformed. However, it's been tracking pretty generally in the right direction it's anticipating. Now, one of the things is you could see that sometimes Bitcoin peaks past where stock to flow anticipates. Sometimes it peaks before. What's going to happen here? I don't think anyone knows. However, I will say there's a big deviation between stock to flow and actual performance of Bitcoin, pretty much more so than there's been in its history. So what does that mean? We talk about it all the time. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So big deviation on the downside. Will there be a big deviation on the upside? Will it be left translated? Not quite sure. But what I will tell you is this. We're done with the bear market thing. We've hit the lows. I think that's pretty apparent now. I think we're in a different situation of what would you call it? A different stage of the life cycle of a market. We're no longer capitulation. We're probably approaching hope. And I think we're approaching hope because of the fear and greed index is still in greed after a flash crash in Bitcoin. People are now thinking, oh, this is my chance to get in. I thought I missed it. You see that switch in the mentality there? Before it was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to sell it. People don't feel like that anymore. In fact, it's almost as if they forgot how 2022 felt. That's exactly what we need to propel ourselves higher. End journey usually is green. I will be curious to see. Yep. We'll see. If we have another capitulation event right before we run up. That's happened a couple times in 2017, in 2020 with the pandemic. Not quite sure, but we have to understand. We did have a huge overperformance at the downside based on stock to flow. So was that capitulation just muted, but over time? Only time will tell. That's the thing with cycles and charts and history. It's not exactly the same. It never is exactly the same. But it's generally the same, Red dot will show up soon, stock to flow. Yeah, I think so. I mean, guys, we're so close to the halving. We don't know the exact date because it's based on blocks and when the chain can complete the blocks. But it's anticipated to be early to mid-April. We're only about 3 months away. Now, it does take some time for Bitcoin to take off after the halving. I think it's something between 6 to 8 months. But hey, sometimes Bitcoin does things that no one expects. In fact, most of the time, Bitcoin does things no one expects. So whenever you hear someone say, well, it's going to happen exactly like this, I always say, are you sure? You might want to be positioned just in case it does something crazy. Because Bitcoin's done things that are crazy. Let's see. I mean, yeah, 2013. What if this thing happens like 2013? I know a lot of you weren't around. That was the cycle I actually got in. 2013, Bitcoin moved up ferociously. It did not wait. It went straight up. And when you think about the catalysts that are happening now, everything's lining up for kind of a faster bull run than we are anticipating. 2017 was very gradual, right? And I can show you this. Let me show you. Check it out. So 2017, right here. Actually, 2020. 2017, pretty gradual. Stair step up, small pullbacks. It was very predictable. Then came down. 2020, it was more expansive, but it was shorter lived. Can I get in the log? 2013, check this out. We came up, crashed down, took a while, then shot up. 2 impulses. I don't know if it's going to be like 2017. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Whenever every single person you've seen on Twitter takes where we are currently and they overlay 2017 or 2020. And they go, look, 2025. See? Pattern says 2025. We all know that Bitcoin doesn't do exactly what it did previously. It's always going to be different some way. And like, think about it. If the Bitcoin ETF is approved, and I talk about this on my channel, if the Bitcoin ETF is approved and BlackRock gets in, the biggest asset manager on the face of the earth, and they have a spot Bitcoin ETF, are they going to wait around and buy Bitcoin slowly? Are they going to just wait for people to buy it up on them so they have to get a higher average entry price? Or would they just go ham because they have to offer this stuff and they want it at cheaper Bitcoin? They want cheaper Bitcoin. So this is what I'm thinking, man. Like, it's going to be a race for the ETFs to get approved. These ETF funds are going to start buying it up. They're going to kick off the frenzy. And then retail gets in. And then retail is just buying because they're the ones buying the ETFs. And once Bitcoin passes all-time high, you all know that's when people get interested. You know this. Holiday just happened, man. How many of you were around your fam, and in 2021, they were talking to you about how can I get in Bitcoin? Did any of them do that now? Maybe one? No. No one's talking about Bitcoin because it's not sexy enough yet, but it will. It will get sexy enough, but that'll be after Wall Street's in. Dub, I'm not selling anything. Resisting the market manipulation. Good. I'm glad. I mean, think about it, guys. If you've been in it through the bear market, what's the point? Unless you need the money, and things happen in life. But unless you need the money, what's the point? We went through the hardest part. Why are you going to drop the bag now just because at least make it worth it. And that's the thing. It's always darkest before the dawn, bro. It's always darkest before the dawn. But the dawn comes every single time. But that's the whole thing with this psychology of a market cycle. I remember my first bear market. I was like, how could this happen? I went from this money to this money. I'm so depressed. I got real depressed. It was a very dark time in my life. But then you know what I did? Nothing. I did nothing. I just held my crypto. And I held it. And I held it. And it started going up again. And then it became even more money. That's how it goes. And some people have held since 2010. How do you think they feel? But over time, they probably feel better and better because they realize Bitcoin goes up and to the right. There's periods of overvaluation and undervaluation. But it's all price appreciation. That's rhyming. 16 people, what's good? Since it's an election year, I wonder how it will affect a bull run if there is a bull run this year. I will say, guys, how many of you, let me know how many of you were actually in crypto in 2016? Because that was the year Hillary was running against Trump. The second Trump was elected, the stock market took off. Crypto took off. And I can't believe we're here now again, where Trump might be running again. Whether you like him or hate him, I'm not trying to make a political statement. I really don't care. I'm in the middle of the aisle. But what I'm trying to say is people generally think Donald Trump is good for business because he's more or less a businessman. I mean, that's what he made all his money from. So we'll see what happens. Big Joe, he's not making it easy for himself. But we'll see what happens. But election year is a big deal. Because do you think the administration is going to let the economy fall apart on an election year? No, this is where the power struggle happens. They're going to pull out all the stops to make people feel better. We already see them paying back student loans. What else are they going to do? What else crazy stuff are they going to try to do to try to make themselves look better in public perception at a time they really need it? So we'll start seeing the Fed do things like dropping interest rates. Asset prices might go up. People are going to love it until the inflation returns. But we'll get into that later. Inflation's coming back, y'all. It was not temporary. Inflation is coming back with a vengeance. If you think your life is expensive now, just wait. Just wait after this feel-good frenzy of assets going up and all this stuff. It's not going to feel good in a year or two. But that's not financial advice, y'all. Y'all are adults. Engineers at cyber attack ends bull run in Q4 2024. BTC tops out at 75K to 80K. Well, I mean, isn't that a hot topic now with that whole Netflix thing? The cyber attack, I forgot what it's called. I watched that. I mean, the World Economic Forum's talking about a potential cyber event. They actually did a training thing or a scenario on it. They also did one before the pandemic about a pandemic, but so like, look, I think they're trying to broadcast that something might be coming down the pike, right? I mean, didn't China, or supposedly China, get into our infrastructure digitally? Didn't they compromise a bunch of stuff? They're laying the groundwork, so I don't think this take is that controversial. If you're paying attention, I don't think it's that controversial. I think it's kind of being broadcasted. So you guys got to be ready for that. And what's going to happen to crypto if the internet goes down? Very good point. Crypto can't survive without the internet. And that's the one thing. Crypto is super anti-fragile as long as we have the infrastructure to support it. Crypto is more convenient as long as we have the internet to transport it. But the second we don't, kind of vanishes. But imagine this. Imagine the cyber attack happening, the grid going down, or the internet going down for a period of time. It'll probably be restored, because if it wasn't restored, we would suffer a huge loss of human life, which is probably not ideal. It'll probably come back. Imagine wanting to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $0. What if Bitcoin went down to like no price because the internet wasn't around, but you couldn't get in? And then after that comes back, people probably don't trust banks anymore because the digital records are gone. They probably don't know who has what. That's a potential, guys. What if the banking records got scrambled to the point we couldn't reconcile? To the point they didn't know who had what? Wouldn't Bitcoin, even that it went down, look more attractive because it's its own ledger? I think so. That's the problem with centralized systems, y'all. They can get tampered with. It can get smudged around. They could lose your records. Oh, all kinds of stuff could happen. But, 5 years ago, you told me the whole world would get locked down. I wouldn't believe you. Now I got my mind blown wide open. And I used to be on the fringe back then. All these things are possible, y'all. 18 people. What's good? Good to have you guys. Don't go on to fake exchanges. Don't listen to YouTube and Twitter comments or people in Discord, Telegram groups. Yeah, guys, as the bull run comes back, just want to make sure you guys are safe. There's going to be an abundance of scams. Everyone's going to tell you, hey, I'm going to give you 2 Bitcoin if you send me one first. You're going to have like all kinds of people just hitting you up. Some people, hit you up with Telegram groups. Some people get their phones taken control of, and it's actually the person. I ran into that. Someone I knew got their phone hacked through their wife because they're on the same plan. It's called a SIM swap. So basically, be careful. Make sure you have a password with your phone company. That's basically the only way they could stop someone from calling in, impersonating you, having your information, and getting the SIM card swapped to another device. It's just a password. So make sure to call, get that done, because if they get their access to your SIM card, then they got all your authenticators to your exchanges. You know what I mean? So just be careful, y'all. Don't click on any weird links. Make sure to invest in a good antivirus. Just practice some digital safety measures. People get hacked left and right, push scams for scam accounts. That's true. I'm waiting for the ETF announcement. They say it's coming any day now. Wasn't the date January 10th of this year? So that's in 6 days, less than a week. We'll see. I mean, I think that date came from Novogratz, Mike Novogratz, from Galaxy Digital, I think. I'm not sure how he knows that, but I will say he probably runs in circles I don't. So maybe he does know that. We'll have to see. A lot of people think that it's priced in. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, because how can you really price a spot Bitcoin ETF in? The announcement of ETF is cool, and everyone, I guess, can anticipate the amount of money that the funds who have the ETF would pour into it, but no one could really anticipate the amount of people in the stock market who would want it. How can you really completely price in that? We don't know the real demand of it, you know? And as Bitcoin goes up, the demand will intensify and intensify. So I don't think this spot Bitcoin ETF is priced in. I don't really even think most people believe it's coming. What do y'all think? Aliens finna come beam down and chill Bitcoin. Yeah, man. So, okay. We're cool, right? I'm going to give you a theory that I came up with a long time ago. I'm a big thinker. I'm a big picture kind of guy. So, bear with me. It could not work out. It could. But I think Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, it's the only money that we can do interplanetary commerce with. You can't do it with cash. An economy on Mars can't interact with an economy on Earth. The reason I talk about Mars is because, Elon's trying to go to Mars. So you think they're just going to go up there and sing Kumbaya and not, have a monetary system and, capitalism? Oh, that's going to be there too. But you can't do it with the Chinese yuan. You can't do it with the Russian ruble. You can't do it with the US dollar. What are you going to do? Send, spaceships back and forth? No. You need a digital currency that can move through the air to do that. Bitcoin is going to be that. It's going to be bigger than countries, in my opinion, over a long enough time. Don't you think, it's almost instantaneous? And with quantum computers, the distance between planets probably won't even matter. Looking at quantum computing, it's the wildest thing. It's basically, you get two particles, you collide them very fast together, then they become quantum entangled, which means that whatever one of the particles does, maybe 100 bajillion miles away, the other one does in unison at the exact same time. Distance doesn't matter. So I'm seeing all this tech lining up to make these things reality. Interplanetary commerce a reality. And if you think about all the world's wealth went into Bitcoin, how much money would that be? Tens of millions of dollars of Bitcoin. But what if multiple world's wealth went into Bitcoin? Oh, I think about those things, y'all. That's how big I think. 21 people, what's up? What do you think of the World Economic Forum? Some coins like HBAR having connections to it. So, one of my first videos on my channel when I had 30 subs was about the World Economic Forum in 2020. They came out with look at their website. You could probably find it on my channel if you dig down deep enough. I got 700 videos now, so it's probably very, very, very deep. And what I think about them, I think they're central planners, just like the Federal Reserve's a central planner, just like the governments are central planners. They're all just a group of special interests that want to push the world in a way that benefits them. Why ever they think it benefits them, I'm not sure. But obviously they have some agendas. You're going to own nothing and be happy. That doesn't sound like most people would be happy, but I really don't think they care. They probably don't consider us the same echelon as them. They probably don't think we're the same people. They probably think we're subhuman, right? You got to understand, guys, there's people out here who don't think like you and me. They don't have the same common decency. They really legit think they don't care about what happens to anyone. They just want what they want, and they'll do anything to get it. That's the definition of a sociopath. Yes, I think there are rich sociopaths. Yes, I think that they're out there to not do any good. And I think the World Economic Forum is one of those groups. I think it's obvious. No one really likes them. Now, with the HBAR having ties to them, I'm not sure to what extent they're tied. I've heard that. I've seen read some articles involving that. I can't really like confirm to what extent they're tied to it and how they plan to use it. But hear me out. Hasn't like all the governments around the world and like haven't they perpetuated forever wars using the United States dollar? We all use the United States dollar. Just because it's perpetuated forever wars doesn't mean we stop using the United States dollar. At the end of the day, it's a tool to get where you need to go. And that's why I like to keep my mind a little broader, a little more open-minded. Like, whatever. Who cares? Get your bag. Get your bag, improve your life, become sovereign entities. That's why I'm like a non-coin agnostic. I'm coin agnostic. Whatever. I don't care if I get rich off of Bitcoin exclusively. I don't care if I get rich off Ethereum exclusively. I just want the bag. You know what I mean? Money's green to me. 19 people, what's good? When is Novogratz selling his Solana, LOL? I don't know. Novogratz has a Luna tattoo on his arm. Damn. Why would you get a big old Luna tattoo? That's weird. Hey, guys. I don't know if you got crypto tattoos. I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't suggest it because cryptos go down every day. And tattoos are very permanent. Blue Beam Dub. What? Blue Beam. Man, I follow so many conspiracies, I forget which one that is. What is that? My bad. We can't even go to the bottom of the ocean, let alone Mars. Let's explore Earth first. And they say they can't go to the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, I think that's pretty weird, right? Like, we can't even go to the bottom of our own planet, but they're so obsessed with getting off the planet. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff under the ocean, probably. A lot of kind of crazy stuff no one's seen before. It makes me think they might know what's down there. I don't know. I'm just messing around. But think about it, man. I used to working in government contracting and aerospace and like defense. I guarantee you, and I know for sure, that like military application and technology is 10 years ahead of what you have ever seen. So by the time you see it and how crazy you think it is, it's already a decade old. The stuff they work on, some of it's so secret. They have it's called black operations or something like that, where you can't bring cell phones in. You can't you have to use paper and pen. You get searched before you leave. Yeah, it goes like that crazy. So like when people say they know how the world works, they know history for sure, do you think these people are being honest with you? Come on, man. Haven't you told a little white lie sometimes in your life? Governments do that. History belongs to the victors, man. 22 people, what's good? Most space exploration is done underwater in a pool. I'm not going to go there. I worked at a space company. And I left more confused than when I came. Speaking of quantum computing, Microsoft is building a $5 billion quantum computer down the road from my house, Project Osseum. Quantum computing. Everyone keeps asking if Bitcoin and crypto are quantum computer resistant. And I think no one really knows. And that might be the scariest thing. And that might be the biggest risk to blockchain. Yes, blockchain and Bitcoin are secure and they've never been hacked so far. I mean, technology only increases at an exponential rate, right? So there may come a day where these blockchains that were previously impenetrable are penetrated. What does that mean for Bitcoin? What does that mean for crypto? Will there be something coming down the line that's more, I guess, secure? Now with the advent of AI, everything's off the table. And with the advent of AI, things are going to just improve rapidly. It's getting pretty crazy how fast ChatGPT, Bard, all these like large language model AIs are improving. And robotics, I don't know if you guys watch Boston Dynamics. That's getting so sophisticated, so nimble, so agile. Now they have the robot body and the robot mind. And once they combine it together, they're going to damn near have AI coders, computer programmers. Computers are going to be programming themselves. Software will be eating software. I can't even anticipate when that threat might occur. It could be way sooner than we think. Not sure. And I don't say this to like kind of like sound like a doomsdayer for crypto. But these are things we got to think about. This is the world we live. And if we don't understand the world we live, how can we invest and navigate correctly? You know? Keep it up. Hey, I'm trying. The WEF in most cases chooses who wins. True. Dub, I've been holding ELA for years. You see the BEL2 news, I assume? I haven't followed ELA for a while. That was another coin that was slated to have connection with the WEF. But what's up with that, man? I know I had a pretty popular video on that a while ago. Yeah. So I'll come back to the comments, but to reel it back to the topic that we're discussing about the Bitcoin crash, I think it's going to be short-lived. I mean, we might have some more downside, but just look at it for what it is, guys. We came up so aggressively from 17K. Now we're sitting around 43, 44K. Let me put that in perspective. We're up way more than we've come down. We might come down more. We probably will go up more. Over time, Bitcoin's gone up and to the right. These are the times where it's like, don't get the cold feet. Don't get so worked up in your feels, because it's gonna get even worse the higher we go. When we get past our all-time high and the blue sky breakout, the crashes are gonna be even scarier. They're gonna be even bigger. And at that point, you're gonna be asking yourself, is the bear market started? Has it started now? So just prepare yourself and get used to this feeling, because it's only gonna get more intense. But we have the luxury to prepare now, to get used to it now. Think about the people who rush in at the top, what they're gonna think, how they're gonna feel. Oh, every single time I hear stories about people hurting themselves, people going crazy, all kinds of stuff, guys. You've probably seen the stories. 20 people, it's good. Hey guys, if you haven't already, make sure to go follow me on X. I'd really appreciate it. That would be great. I also have a Telegram group. I'm gonna drop the X link right here. I also have a Telegram group where the homies kick it. It's pretty exclusive now because I don't think I have the link up, but I'll drop it here for the real ones. I also shoot my videos out there, so you know first. So go check that out. And then my Telegram group, let me pull it up for y'all. You can talk to me directly there. I stop by from time to time. Manage group. Shoot, where is that? Invite link. All right, hold up. 1 second, my bad. Bang. Come on through. The water's fine. Would love to see you guys there. Trying to grow the channel, kicking out more content in the form of shorts. I'm going to be doing long forms some more in the near future. It's just going to be a little different than I used to. Problem is I have 700 videos. It's so much videos. Some channels never get close to that. But it's not very evergreen. So I'm going to try to make it more applicable throughout time instead of just just be smarter about it. Just be smarter, I'm getting older, man. I'm trying to keep the energy up, but damn. Crypto's been weighing on me. How you guys doing? What if the NPCs in GTA 6 are AIs? That would be sick, but then they'd be stuck in a video game and might try to escape. I mean, here's the thing, man. AI. They say it's not cognizant. They say it's not aware. How do you know? It's its own thing now. It thinks for itself. It's intelligent. And intelligent things lie. They can have alternative motives. They can do all kinds of things. They can have plans. See, whenever you start building sentience into a device? Is it really a device anymore? It has its own hopes, its own dreams, its own ambitions. So like, how do we know these things aren't like just running amok on the internet, plotting some stuff? How do we know they're not talking to each other? How do we know they're not coordinating? The truth is, they don't really know. OpenAI has even admitted that. This is starting to sound more and more like Skynet, like Terminator. Some of you guys don't know Terminator, but it's basically like AI's overtook the world. I mean, yeah, it's not physical yet, but damn. I mean, you could launch nukes from the internet. You could like bust power, like electricity infrastructure through the internet. They don't need to be physical, but they probably will. Why? Because I don't know, man. Like, I just like looking at this like, this is a bad idea. This is a real bad idea. Why are we gonna put it in a robot body, a metal body? Why are we gonna do that? I'm telling you, y'all, it's getting crazier and crazier. I didn't think I'd like live to see this. This is moving fast. Ever since the pandemic, man, people kind of got pushed into the internet. Imagine the blood on the streets if Bitcoin got hacked. Imagine. See, like, Bitcoin was the first. I got love for Bitcoin. I really do. I think Bitcoin will do great things for people. But I think it's naive to assume that something like it's immune to anything happening. I think that's wishful thinking, right? You gotta, and that's why I talk about diversifying. Make money in Bitcoin because you guys see an opportunity. It's great. That's great. But if you make a lot of money, there's nothing wrong with spreading some of it in the real world too. Maybe some over here, some over there. Just be resilient. So if one thing gets taken down, if the government seizes something, you're not like handicapped financially. You know, you have options. Options are the real wealth. Having options is what really makes you wealthy. Look up Bitcoin revolutionized Elastos BEL2 explained in 1 minute. Would love to hear your thoughts. Bitcoin revolutionized. I'll do that after the stream, man. Yeah, for sure. Come back next week. I'll check it out. Bitcoin can be hacked. Extreme circumstances. But it's the first paragraph on the white paper. Read between the lines. Yeah, and guys, to be honest, I mean, if you haven't read the Bitcoin white paper, I really suggest that you do that. Because if everyone thinks Satoshi was this guy ahead of its time, you should know his real intentions. Because intentions, and like, especially when the creator's not around, inventions can be twisted, right? That's the reason for forking. That's the reason for forking. Like, whenever someone tries to manipulate, control, get a large supply of the coin on POS, or get a large amount of hash rate on POW, fork. Everyone hates Bitcoin forks. Everyone hates coin forks. Everyone hates Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin Cash. But that's actually was built into the vision of cryptocurrency. It's all about decentralization and choice. Because Satoshi knew that choice is the real wealth. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, it could get hacked. The beauty is we as a humanity can transition and move to something that serves our purpose at that time. But like, look, I'm not like a typical, I don't even know what to say. I'm not like a maxi. I'm not going to be a maxi. I'm never a maxi. I've never been a maxi. Let's see. That's mine. That's my Twitter. That's my Telegram. Check me out. Yeah, the Telegram group is great. I appreciate you coming through. It's been a little dead lately, but should be kicking up. We only have about 100 people in there, but you know how it goes. Number go up, people come back. I don't judge. I'm just happy that you guys are here. I had to take a break too, to be honest. I'm a person too. Weird stuff happening around BSV and the court case. I have a bag just in case. Look past personality. You know, I've been hearing that too from other homies I follow. That they're saying BSV is gonna moon. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. What have you heard in terms of news? I know Craig Wright has been like on it, like trying to do this thing, and everyone thinks he's like lying. Probably is, but there's just a chance that he's not. I don't know, man. I don't know anything for sure. That's how I like to live my life. I don't know anything for sure. I have an open mind for everything. Then I look at the evidence, I look at it over time, and then I make a decision then, right? Hey, what if it does moon hard? A lot of things in crypto moon hard that you don't expect. Pepe moon hard? Really? I love it. I love Pepe. I love the meme. But I didn't like initially think like, yes, let me get all my money and throw it in there. Doge mooning hard? I had a lot of Doge at one point. I sold it before it mooned. I didn't think it was going to go like that. I didn't know about like Robinhood culture and they're going to accept that and Elon was going to grab onto it. How are you going to know that? See, these things is like going through crypto. You'll notice that people who've been in crypto a long time, they tend to have like a more open mind to things. Because at one point, Bitcoin was the joke. And I hope you guys really understand. All these people who now say, oh, duh, of course Bitcoin is the one, it's obvious. Most of them weren't even around in 2013. But now they think they're geniuses. This is how it always goes. You know? But the people who were actually the visionaries in the beginning, they're humbled. Things happen. They lose their coins. They get rug pulled. They get lost on they get in the Mount Scott's bankruptcy. Things happen along the way no one expects. And the more times you go through those things, the more humble you get. But the more humble you are, the more opportunity you can see, the more risk you can observe. It's all about how you see things. Just don't get like too impressed with yourself. Always have a level of humility. It's going to help you invest, I promise. 19 people, it's good. Do you hold stocks as well? I don't hold stocks right now. I would like to hold stocks at some point. I don't think it's the time now. Because think about it, man. Like, if we really do see inflation, like I think we're going to see, like, I think at some point, the Fed's going to be forced to cut rates because that's typically what happens. Like the great financial crisis happens or the pandemic happens. And then the Fed drops interest rates to stimulate the economy so we don't go into a depression. They're very reactionary. Like the Fed doesn't control things, guys. The Fed reacts to things. So whenever that next thing happens, they're going to drop interest rates. Inflation is going to go up because the money printer is going to go burr. We're over $34 trillion in debt already. Okay? So like when money printer go burr, stocks go up, but crypto goes up more. Crypto is like stocks on steroids. So like I'm already pretty exposed to stocks. But then at the end of it, after the number tops out and everything comes crashing down for reasons we don't understand, but we know that it happens, typically it's called a crack up boom, the last phase of a run. And then there's a big drop. I want to buy stocks on the drop. I want to buy stocks when no one wants stocks. I'm a weirdo though. I want to buy crypto when no one wanted crypto. I'm a weirdo. But at that point, that's when I think there'll be generational opportunities for wealth. Stocks drop, next Great Depression happens, whatever. I want to buy up dividend paying stocks. I want them to pay me money just to hold it. And I want to buy a bunch for little. That's the kind of stuff I like. But yeah, at some point, I want to buy a whole bunch of stocks. And the stocks I'd be interested in, I'll share it with you guys. AI, cloud computing, this like alternative energy, a lot of energy. I don't even care which ones. Nuclear, said that wrong? Whatever. My wife says I say that wrong. Oil, solar, hydrogen, whatever. I think energy is going to be like in limited supply as the population grows. Robotics. I want to be all up into that. IoT. Like that's the future, man. If you can't see it coming. Like the future is robotic. And I want to own those companies. So I just make money when I sleep. Because I'm lazy like that, man. I don't want to have to work hard and trade. I want to make money when I sleep. But like, I don't want to worry about the stocks coming down. I want to buy it when they're already down. You know? 24 people, what's up? Just spotted your first videos. Interesting stuff, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing this channel. I've had this channel since 2016. I wasn't making videos. I was just looking at stuff. It started as a motivational channel. I would make motivational videos in my car during my lunch breaks, and like I'd stop off at the park and talk about it. Didn't catch any traction. Then I started making YouTube channels. Crypto videos after I left my job in 2020 from aerospace. I quit my job right around the pandemic, and then I just started pushing them out. It was a great time because during the pandemic, like, viewership on the internet went up a lot. So I caught some of that. You know, I just didn't have a lot of good equipment. I was using my laptop, like everything like standard from the laptop. So obviously my growth is limited, but I'm doing it better now, man. Trying to be better now. And this is just something I keep coming back to, man. I like crypto. I like this channel. I meet a lot of cool people in this channel. More than being a channel, it's a community. And that's what I like it to be. Can we talk about how stable XMR's price has been over the past year or two? Perhaps other coins have been maintaining the same price for a while. Well, see, like, look, I'm a fan of Monero. Because to be quite honest, as I've been in crypto, the tone around Bitcoin has kind of shifted. Like back in the day in 2013, you tend to get a lot of libertarian focused kind of people. It wasn't really about making money. It was about personal sovereignty. It was about protecting yourself from the government and inflation. It was about being able to do what you want to do financially with financial autonomy. Now it's about Lambos. It's about this. It's about that. And the one community, or one of the communities that I like that have kept that kind of ethos, has been Monero. You could say whatever you want about it, that it's like, this or that, or used for like criminals. But, that doesn't really affect me much because that's what they said about Bitcoin and Silk Road. Look at it now. Narratives change. But Monero has a steady supply. There's no cap to Monero supply. It's just not a lot of inflation. And the reason they do that is so that it can act as a long-term currency, right? Because, if a coin stops popping out, no one's going to use it over time, right? Like at some point, all the Bitcoin's going to be mined. And then at that point, why would you ever sell your Bitcoin? Why would you ever use it to buy anything? Because every single day you go to sleep, you'd wake up and there'd be more and more and more and more. So like, when you think about it in terms of economic productivity, that's not good, right? That's kind of like a feudalism. That's kind of like they had like back in the medieval days, where people just have their gold and that's it. It's locked up, bro. We're never gonna use it. Why? Because every single day it's more and more and more valuable. So Monero is trying to be a functional currency. So there's I think it's like 0.6 Monero day. I don't even know. I think it's like a day or something like that, to reward miners to keep mining. Because that's something too. What happens when all the Bitcoin is taken out, right? And miners only make money off of transaction fees? Will it be enticing enough? Will they switch? Not sure. But Bitcoin does need its miners. That's for sure. 19 people, it's good. These Twitter messages restrict characters so short. I'll join YouTube next time to add more. Yeah, I was pretty interested. It was interesting to see that I could actually interact with X. I didn't even know I could. But I think Elon's still building it out. I know he wants to make X the app to rule them all. He needs to up the features on live streaming, that's for sure, to compete with Twitch and YouTube. Fertilizer, ammonium, anything AG related would be good stocks to buy after a crash. Agriculture ain't going anywhere. Yeah, guys. So I do like tech stocks and stuff like that because I just see that's where it's going. I just want to buy it at the right time. But I tend to look, I want to be closest to the money, and the things that are closest to the money usually are needed for human life, right? Think of the hierarchy of needs. Water, food, shelter, acceptance, like all these things are never going out of style because this is how humans are wired, right? So is someone gonna sell their computer first or starve to death first? What's gonna happen? Yeah, they're gonna sell their computer first. I wanna have investments highest up on that hierarchy of needs. But when it comes to like agriculture and things physical and very like needed by like to maintain human life, I wanna own the physical thing, right? I don't wanna own an agriculture stock. I wanna own agriculture. You know, does that make sense? Because to be honest, like we have to say stocks have a counterparty risk too. The brokerage doesn't really send out like ownership slips like they used to back in the day. So technically, like they could suffer the same fate of like holding your crypto on an exchange. You know, I want to own the things. I want to own the physical. I want to own the factory. Those are the things I want to own. Hopefully that makes sense. Great to have you back, Dub. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, y'all. The central planners need a privacy solution in this digital economy more than anyone to cover up their illegal transactions. Yeah, I mean, I heard some Monero YouTubers talking about it, and they said they're never really going to get rid of Monero because they need Monero. Most of the government corruption that happens around the world is done in US dollars. They're loaded up on the planes, on pallets, and flown over to wherever they're going in the dead of night. Bada bing, bada boom. Right? Like, let's not be naive here, guys. There's still corruption happening in governments around the world. And I'm not just saying the United States. I'm saying every country has bad actors. Everywhere there's bad people. Everywhere there's good people. But it's naive to think that everyone's good everywhere, right? So, like, these people probably have a vested interest of maintaining some privacy because they might be doing some things that they don't want to see the light of day. That's not a hot take now, is it? You guys haven't known any bad people in your life, have you? Come on now. I bought 100 ETH for 800 on December 11th, 2016. A year later, I sold for $800 per ETH. If ETH gets over 8K this year, I will get drunk. Invest 1,000 in top 20, wait 10 years. That's financial advice. Yeah. I mean, you bought 100 ETH for $800. Wow. That's a lot. See, I bought my first ETH at $85. So it already ran up a little bit. But you got it like what, $8? Killer. You know, like, yeah. These things happen in crypto, guys. If you hear these stories and you've only been around since 2020, and you're saying these people are lying through their teeth. No, there are magnificent stories in crypto. There are rags to riches stories in crypto. But the thing is, you have to be invested in the things that stick around and don't rug pull. That's the secret sauce. You gotta invest in quality projects with quality teams that will go through the bear markets and keep building and deliver on promises and do the hard work. Those are the things that typically benefit. You know what I mean? And that's why I like a lot of these coins. Like, I named a few. Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, what else? Doge, all these things. Like, people call them older coins. They think they're out of like fashion. That's coming from people who haven't been in the space because time on chain matters. You know, like you can't fake time. And isn't that kind of a way to reduce your risk? Like, to look at something, it's been around for a long time. They haven't gone anywhere. They've only gone up. The network's only gotten bigger. Wallets only increased. To me, that reduces risk. Because the biggest risk in crypto, you know what it is a rug pull. Would you buy gold as well? Of course. Of course I would. To be honest, guys, like, look, I don't really get the war between gold and Bitcoin. I don't. They have a lot of the same features. They're just different. Bitcoin is for the digital world. Gold is for the physical world. Both worlds exist. It's not like we're just gonna live in the digital world. I mean, you can, I guess, in a metaverse, but then you gotta come back. Like, we have physical bodies. There's no way that we can get rid of the physical world. So with that said, they're complementary to each other. I mean, central banks still hold gold as the only tier 1 asset besides US dollars. They know it's important. What is it? The Rothschild, he said, if you want to like protect your purchasing power, hold gold bars. It's not really a competition. They're tools in your tool belt. You know what I mean? I know that's not a popular kind of message in crypto nowadays, but I don't really care. It's the truth. I won't say that, but you guys can read it. I don't know, man. He was getting lit. Agree on your last words here. Check back with ELA and read on BSV court developments. That's my 2 cents. I will. Thank you. You forgot EOS. Hee. EOS. Man, I can't name every single coin. I'll pull out my wallet. But you know what I mean. Like, they've been around, right? Like, I could name one, Veritasium. Who knows about Veritasium? That's how I know you've been around. Feather coin. That ain't around anymore. Red coin. Now I'm naming some old altcoins right now. You still into Zoo? Yeah, I still got Zoo. I got WAN. I got Zoo. I got Rex, which is the homie Red Ryan's Dex coin. I got WAN Swap. They're not like endorsements, but look, I do work with WAN Chain, right? It's because I really like WAN Chain. And I believe in their product and their ecosystem. And if I'm bullish on the whole, like the blockchain, I'm also bullish on the coins in the blockchain. Why? Because money flows downhill. Now, I'm not trying to say this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, I practice what I preach. You know, like, I'm not telling you guys some BS. You know, I'm saying I like this. You don't have to like it. I like this. So I invest there. Because when I first heard about Bitcoin in 2013, I doubted myself. I knew what it was. I knew that it was going to be huge. I knew that like it had the potential to soak up all this inflation, but I doubted myself. And like after it ran up to 20,000, I told myself, I made a promise. I said, I'm never going to doubt myself ever again, ever. Because I knew it. And like when I see like value propositions on projects that I really believe in, and I see that they really solve a pain point, I don't doubt myself anymore. Now I'm a fool until it plays out. But you know how that goes. You're always a fool until you're right. 17 people, what's up? Rip Veritasium. I mean, Reggie got a provisional patent for DeFi in Japan. We'll see how that goes, man. I mean, look, they went after Veritasium first. Then they went after Ripple. And they went after EOS. And they went after Library TV. Now, I always thought the SEC was weird for going after Veritasium because ain't no one care about Veritasium. Like, it was the smallest coin. I was like, why are they going after Veritasium? Out of everything in the space. I always look at the coins that the SEC goes after. And then I maybe I'm weird, then I want it. Hey. Putin coin. Risk Moon. I have been loading up on EOS too. That's another hated coin. That coin is hated. It's hated like XRP was hated. Now XRP is a little bit like more popular. But everyone's been hating on EOS. And you know what? I typically like to get exposed to stuff like that. Sometimes I lose, but sometimes I win big. Yo, Bit Days. What are your 3 biggest holdings? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and WAN. Those are my 3 biggest right now. EOS, ELA, DOT, my big 3 in that order. For sure. I mean, yeah, I got like a lot of the main coins. Like, this is my thought process, guys, and then I'll leave you. But I think that once the Bitcoin ETF is approved, then pretty much the formula is out of the bag. Everyone knows exactly what to put on the application to get it pushed through, because it's pretty much a formula. Everyone's going to copy it. And when that happens, and the Bitcoin ETF is profitable, they're going to take that and they're going to package up a bunch of altcoin ETFs. But it's going to be ETFs of like older coins. Coins that like have staying power, that are truly distributed. And if you want some alpha, not financial advice, go over to Grayscale and see what coins they have trust in. Grayscale's already been hinting that they might just transition their trust into ETFs. Interesting. I'm not telling you what to do, but you might want to look at that. That's basically how I've positioned myself, you know? Now, I'm not saying it's going to play out, but like, think about it, man. Why would they just have one ETF? That's ridiculous, especially if it makes them a whole bunch of money. It's going to be a cash grab and a half. And they're going to let all these new, like these stock owners come up into crypto. It's going to pump up, but it's going to be on certain coins because we started to see some decorrelation last year. Because in 2017, everything moved up. If Bitcoin went up, it was Moonboy everything. It didn't matter what you had. But last cycle, it did. So now we only saw like some AI move up. We only saw like a few niches move up. So now rules are changing, right? Rules are changing. It'd be interesting to see if there are like some blessed coins. I don't know. I do have like smaller coins too, right? But I also have some large coins. I think it'd be smart to have a mixture of both. But that's just me. Not financial advice. When will the Doge father wake up? When he's ready. I think I told you, Richie, around 13 cents I think will be interesting. I mean, that looks like a line in the sand. But, you know, when Doge wakes up, he moves with ferocity. All right, guys, it's been a little longer than I was planning, but it's always fun. You guys, good topics today. I do this twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m., noon. I also do I'm trying to do daily content on shorts. Maybe kicking out when I have more time, do some long forms. It's going to be all fun. Go join my Telegram group. Follow me on X. Follow me on YouTube. I'm always around, and I'm always interested in talking to you guys more. But until next time, it's DubDigital. Talk to you later. Peace.